voluntary left. Monday morning, we would come in at 6 a.m., watch the film from Saturday. Then if you're lifting or going to class, everything's done by 2:25. Your meetings at 2:30 till about 6 o'clock. Practice and meetings. 7 o'clock from 7:30 actually to 9:30 was study hall. So you kind of repeat that whole process. But
You're on the go for the football team all day, every day.
yeah,
And then you got game time on Saturday, game day on Saturday, and Sunday is again on voluntary. So there's really no off time.
no, not when you're college athlete.
And then you go to the pros. And I remember you had told me one time that when you're preparing in the NFL, if you would remember this, you told me that in college there's somebody there to tell you what time there's practice. There's people that walk you through the different phases. When you get to the NFL, that's not so much the case. You remember that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember, and it's similar to college too. When you really think about, like in the beginning, they're going to hold your hand, say, hey, this time you got to be here. You got your classes. But in the pros, like I say, there's someone always looking to replace you. So if you can't manage your time and show up and do the things that you need to do, prepare for the season or for the game, you will be replaced. So, and they don't say anything to you. They just find you.
So that's a quick reminder. So would you say that you had more personal time in the NFL than you did in college football?
I did.
And
just
so
there's no school. You're not really studying, for your different classes. You got your degree. You know what I mean? So there is strictly about your opponent.
You would again, you walked us through a regular day in the life at Michigan State. What is a day in the life like in the NFL? A full day. What do you do during the course of the day?
Well, I'll start off with a week. Denver Broncos practice with Coach Shanahan was Mondays. It's pretty much like Sundays for college, where you go in, you get a workout in. You're really not going to have anything because the coaches are game planning for the upcoming opponent. Tuesday is a mandatory day off. We would go hard on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday would be what we call a 10-10-10 practice, which is 10 offense, 10 defense, and 10 special teams plays, and then we're done. Saturday is a travel day. You play on Sunday. Now, a regular day would be you'll come in the morning, eat breakfast, lift if you have to, have meetings. Meetings that go until about 10:30. Walk through at 11. Lunch, and then you come back for more meetings. Then you have a practice, and then you're really done after 5 unless you want to stay there and watch more film.
So you leave. You're done. Your time's done in Denver, and you are you traded or signed free agent contract?
Well, I got released after I injured my neck my second season against Houston. And then Denver and I parted ways, got a little bit of money out of him for that, but parted ways, and then I ended up signing with Indianapolis Colts for the remainder of the season.
So Tony Dungy is your head coach, and Peyton Manning is your quarterback.
Yep, along with Marvin Harris, Reggie Wayne, and Brandon Stokely, I believe.
Now you talked about Reggie Wayne, who is a Hall of Fame wide receiver and a Hall of Fame quarterback, not yet, but will be, and Peyton Manning. What was it that you learned? Did you learn more about the game, X's and O's, or about being a professional from Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne and those type of guys?
Probably learned more in one play or one conversation with Peyton and Marvin Harrison. And that was, we were playing, I want to say, the New York Jets. And Peyton told Marvin that, hey, I want you to run the post like we ran it 2 years ago against the Patriots. And we came back next series and ran it that way and scored a touchdown. So Also in practice, I remember he threw like a floater pass, and I'm like, man, where's this guy throwing a ball like that? And next thing I know, Marvin is running underneath the ball. Um, so from those two things, I think I learned a lot from those guys. Just you can't judge guys. He used to have this notebook, and people that know Peyton or played with him would understand it. Like you could not read what it was. It was just a bunch of scribbles. I mean, he was going through his notes like right before the game. It's like he's a rookie, or you know, um, that's what I remember about Peyton.
So okay, so you went from Coach Howell to Coach Saban to Coach Shanahan to Coach Dungy,
Yeah,
and this is not even any of the. You ended up playing in Europe as well.
yeah.
All of the coach.
For Dick Vermeil, not Dick Vermeil, but I have a brain fart right now, but can't think of his name right now. First name is Jack.
Jack Del Rio.
No, he's an older coach.
Oh, okay. But
Dan Rotiliano was our offensive coordinator, who was the Cleveland Browns head coach for a long time.
After being around Hall of Fame type coaches during your career, how much did what they teach you impact you on what you do for a living now?
A ton. Both my ups and downs is made me into the coach I am today. And the reason I say that, I teach a lot of stuff by concepts right now, meaning I want my receivers to know the entire package of what's going on, because I was cut, even though I got an injury, but I was cut by the Broncos because one of the players ran to my position and ran a route 4 times. And I ran the route wrong 4 times. Even though I knew what I was supposed to do, if I would have stayed at that position, I didn't try to learn the whole offense my second year. So I learned from that experience, and my players should never go through that again.
You okay? So when your career is over, you're an intern slash coach, assistant coach for my University of Miami University.
Well, I started Olivet College.
Olivet.
With Don Lividotti and Coach Kubiak. So I started there with those guys. They gave me an opportunity to come in and coach, and did that for a season. Then left and went to Saginaw Valley with Randy Ori, who actually was roommates with Coach Izzo. That's actually how I got the job, because Coach Izzo and Coach Ori were roommates in college with Mariucci. So I got the job at Saginaw Valley. I was there for 4 years, and Coach Treadwell got the job at Miami of Ohio, and I went down there to coach with him.
And what was your position when you were at Miami of Ohio?
Well, I was in a unique position because I was coaching receivers. The receivers coach he hired, Mike Bath, had a quadruple bypass, so coach needed someone to come in right before camp started to coach receivers. So I did that while Mike was away, having surgery and doing all that stuff.
So you stayed at Miami University for Miami of Ohio for 2 years.
2 seasons, yep.
And then in 2013, you moved to Indiana University as their player personnel.
Yep, player personnel slash recruiting coordinator.
What does player personnel? What is your? I know you talk about recruiting, but is recruiting your primary job?
Recruiting is my primary job, where you're hosting guys, you're finding guys for the coaches to recruit in their area, making sure you have all the contact information for them, and then as well as making sure our players are taken care of, that's on our current roster, making sure they're taken care of after practice and things like that. So did a lot of like class checking, things like that.
So, that's the administrative side of that, which you told me that you liked that, but there was always an itch to get back into that coaching. And so in 2014, you were hired by Coach Creighton as a wide receiver coach at Eastern Michigan University.
Yep, sure was. And a lot of people told me that, stupid for coming. But I think Coach Creighton did a good job of hiring people that knew who they were, first of all. Second of all, was great recruiters uh, and great people. And I think when you get all that, combined in one, you got a lot of people, who's going toward the same goal. It makes a difference.
Well, a couple things about this. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but the guy who created Fathead,
Yep.
the company Fathead, is an Eastern Michigan alumni.
Yes.
And he had pulled back his money. Like, I don't even want to be part of this university right now because I believe the coach's name was Alex English. Is that correct?
Ron English.
Ron English, our friend from down the street, down south, took over, and they had a miserable season. The fans were left in droves. They couldn't pay people to come to Eastern Michigan football game. And in comes Coach Creighton and his wide receiver coach, Herb Haygood. And next thing you know, this team is transformed into a winning program, and people actually want to come there. So what is it about Coach Creighton or Herb Haygood that attracts the type of talent that it takes to win at Eastern Michigan?
I think that it's the same thing. As far as hiring the staff, you find good people, find people that love the game of football. Then at the time, we're finding guys that had a chip on their shoulder, and we still do that now, but it's a little easier now since we have one. But that initial foundation came from guys that who believed. It was hard recruiting Michigan at first. Now it's a lot easier. So we went to 17 different states to find guys that love football, was great people, was going to do the right things in the classroom, on and off the field. So once you find all that stuff, it's good to go.
So what is next? Because Herb Haygood has done everything at the high school level. He did everything at the college level. He was a professional football player. He scratched that itch to play football, but now he wants to give back. What's next for Herb Haygood professionally?
Professionally, either become a head coach somewhere. I think that's possibly my next step, or getting back to my green and white.
I liked all of the bio information they have on here because, like I said, Herb Haygood seems to me to be somebody who's very humble. He's not going to talk about himself very much, and if somebody isn't putting his name out there, that he's certainly not going to do that. So I thought it would be good to have you on here and talk about all these things because I learned a ton about you, and all of the things. Spartans, I love all Spartans, but quality character people are few and far between, and you're not only a quality Spartan but a quality person, and I appreciate you coming on and doing this, Herb. I hopefully when this show blows up and we become big time, I'm gonna have you back on and you can roast me and you guys do big things, but I appreciate your time, and your career has been, I marveled at it from afar when you were playing, and it was impressive all of the things that you've done. So from one Michigan State fan to a quality player, I appreciate literally everything you've done at Michigan State, and I appreciate you taking the time to show me everything you do at Eastern Michigan and with your job. So thanks a lot for all that, Herb.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it.
All right, hold on. Don't hang up. Hold on. Let me shut this down.